Folks, we are here. Another episode. Bob Does Sports podcast. Big announcement for us. This is, look, we've had different sponsors that we've rolled out, and, you know, they've all been great, and we've enjoyed it. This is a sponsor right now that I honestly think can take us to the next level. Hard to wrap my head around this one. And I think for all of you guys as well, and we're going to treat it like it's like a college recruiting type process. Now, we don't have the other options out there.
Are you guys leaning Florida State or Alabama?
Yeah, I was thinking Jackson State until Dion left.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Really put our mark on it.
Yeah,
It's a big one here for the boys.
It is.
This is big.
This is a big one. Feels right, feels good. On the count of three, I think, Joey D, we're going to bring out the hats, brand new. Bob Does Sports collab. Been a long time coming. Welcome aboard. 1, 2, 3, fellas. Bust it out. Bust it out. Bust it out. Callaway. Welcome to Bob Does Sports.
You didn't even take the tag off.
Callaway.
All right, Chet. We're here. Top Golf Callaway launch day.
Making ourselves at home here, trying the new Paradigm golf clubs.
I don't like them. I love them. If you can fix Bobby Fairways, that's the brand for me.
This thing looks hot. This thing looks real hot. You've got drivers, fairway woods, irons. I'll tell you right now, that's as good looking ahead as I've seen in a long time. I see why these pros are super excited to put this thing in the bag for 2023. I'm stoked on these things. You guys should be stoked on these things. Bob Does Sports to the moon.
And clap it up, by the way, fellas. By the way,
give it a clap up
I mean, Callaway stepping up to the plate. You want to talk about taking a chance
Yeah.
on some guys.
Real bold strategy out of these guys. That's why we love them.
That's right.
They're not afraid to take a little risk on the boys.
Well, there's not much risk to take on Perez, but others in the group, we will remain unnamed. There's a little bit of a chance because we're not the best golfers.
But that's okay. They can bring us into that next level. And again, I mean, this does, and Perez, I'll let you kind of speak on it because, you know, even from a club standpoint, you've been playing golf a long time. It's awesome for us, even especially for you being in the game this long. I'll let you kind of take it away.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd asked me between the last 12 months and maybe 16 years ago if I'd ever get a full club bag deal, would have told you you're a crazy person. So this has been a weird dream of mine since I was a small kid, which I'm sure you guys are not there. So yeah, super excited. I mean, when you think of like club manufacturers, top to bottom, golf balls, kind of full spectrum, there's only one or two big boys in that category, and Callaway is for me the upper echelon. From woods, fairway woods, irons are great, wedges have been great for a long time. They have a golf ball way before some of these other companies ever got into the golf ball space, so you know that thing's tight with a lot of players on tour. So I'm excited for this Paradigm line that they've got rolling out. So it's super cool for us to kind of announce this whole thing along with them, with this new product and kind of a new thing that they're doing. So it's great for that kind of both to be aligned, for us kind of both to have that fresh start. I can't wait. I can't wait for the fittings. I can't wait for the, hopefully some of the access we get with some of these tour players. I mean, there's so much more that comes with us working with a partner like Callaway, or working with Callaway. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm stoked, dog.
Xander Schauffele, we are looking directly at you.
I'm looking at John Rahm right in those Spanish eyes.
But Xander, we are looking dead in the eye right there, big fella. We're ready for you.
Well, I heard Chet wants Annika Sorenstam.
Well, I think that first of all,
She's the go.
This partnership, besides for the clubs and getting you guys to start hitting them, a little better.
Thanks, Jed. Appreciate that. Very nice.
Maybe this will be the bridge that finally gets us to the next level.
It's going to open up so many doors for us in terms of content with Callaway pros and different things we can do content-wise, which is really exciting, I think, for everybody.
I could see Callaway just in the works, like with how much Joe complains about his 56. They're going to be like, we'll sign him. We got to get this guy a new 56.
They'll give him a 55 or a 57, but he's not allowed to have a 56.
Joe already met, Cutsy already met, I just called you Joe. I've never done that in my life. Cutsy met famous Callaway athlete John Rahm, and when he was wearing a 3-piece suit at
yes.
Riviera.
Boxed him out of the stand.
And
cut him
Rom gave
off.
you a nice, he gave you a little,
I don't
gave
think
you a
he
little
was
look.
thrilled.
He looked at Bob. Well, Bob said to him, Bob was like, "Can you believe this guy?" And Rom's like, "No, I can't."
Yeah, he
now,
was not thrilled.
now you're gonna be going toe to toe with them. How cool would it be to see like a 3v1 scramble with Shoffley, with John Rahm, like getting lessons, like the whole
Our guy Sam Burns.
Sam Burns.
Sam
Looking
Burns.
at
Our guy
you,
Sam
Bernie
Burns.
They have a
boy.
lot of. They have a ton of LPGA pros.
Yes.
Like,
Source-
it's
Yeah.
going to be
I-
like a great partnership.
Whenever we play a pro, whoever it is, it's always kind of, to me, you're still laughing.
Yeah, just you boxing out Rom was an all-time because he's trying to get up the stairs and Joe's in this 3-piece
Not today,
suit.
bud.
It was unbelievable. Sorry,
Rom,
Joe, go ahead.
he shot a 62 and then got boxed out
Yeah.
by you on the stairs at
I
Riviera.
think he was like in the running. After that, pummeled. No, but what I was saying is I like the vibes of when we play with pros is so fun, and now to see that we will have an opportunity to collab with people who are at the top of their game and in the top of this industry, it's going to be really cool.
And you want to talk vibes? The vibes here are unbelievable
Yeah.
right now. Top Golf.
I mean, we've spent all this time talking about all the tour pros and all that access. We haven't even gotten into the guys that do kind of what we're doing. I mean, we showed up today at this launch event here at Top Golf in El Segundo. I believe I'm saying
El
that
Segundo.
correctly.
It's my favorite
and to
one.
be able to see kind of these our friends, you know what I mean? Like George Bryant, Hole-in Trick Shots, Josh Kelly, the good guys are here. So that like it's cool that kind of like we're all doing this together with Callaway. And I think that's a cool thing to kind of all work together. And we'll have a couple guests on here in a second. Some guys we really love.
Yeah,
so.
we got some good guests coming, but yeah, that is very true. I mean, the good guys, of course, signing with them, and it's neat to see. And I don't even think the different club like Callaway and all these other brands, I don't even think they expected it to get to a world to where they have influencers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What speaks to our space and like
Yeah.
what's changed in this world. I mean, Rick Shields is kind of the OG of this thing, but even the growth that Good Goods had, the growth that we've had in such a short time. I mean, these companies go where the eyeballs are, and it used to be tour pros. Get the best tour pros are more expensive because they're on TV more likely. Where we are, we've got followings that are passionate. We're passionate about them, and we have views that we can point to. And
I got to be honest, I'm pretty excited just to get free golf balls.
That was huge.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge.
That's a great
It
point.
really is.
that's what
I mean,
you said to me. You didn't ask me.
I
You
mean,
were
listen,
like,
all the
yeah.
things that you guys are saying are facts, but let's just be real here. I don't have to
Yeah.
go to Roger Dunn and pay for another golf ball for a while.
Chrome soft.
Bob asked me that. He's like, it wasn't like, what irons am I going to play? Like, how is their equipment? He's like, is this steel golf balls too? And I was
golf
like, yeah. I was
balls
like, I
is
think
a
it's
big
yeah.
deal.
I was like, it's
When
full
you're
bag and balls. He's
blazing
like,
through
I'm never gonna have
dozens
to buy
like Bob
balls
and I
again.
do.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it is. Even like when we had the meetings with Callaway too, I feel like there was a time where I was like, so many of my questions are gearing towards golf balls. That, like, I should probably transfer some stuff over.
Perez is asking for the specs of each club. I'm like, what golf ball do I get? And How
Yeah.
many can I order right out of the
You
gate?
get unlimited cuts. Yeah, I think
I
that's
know,
the
that's
rule.
kinda cool.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was an effort to make their job easy, sending those specs that way.
Yeah,
I
was.
wasn't trying to be greedy or needy. It was like, if I'm like stiff flex irons, they're like, which ones?
By the
Like,
way,
just
no,
do these.
we all, when they said we're going to get an interim set before we get fitted, which
Yeah.
is going to be really cool. We're going out to Carlsbad, which is where their center is. That's going to be amazing. Super excited for that. But they had to get us spec'd up for our interim clubs in the meantime. And Perez sent an email with Bob.
Yeah,
it was
that
like
was unbelievable.
reading Hebrew. I was like, what am I looking at?
I can do that.
Yeah.
It was, well, I know you could do that too. But I was really like looking at the specs and I was like,
It was.
some of the grips in this. Your knowledge of golf
was.
it exceeds ours to such an extent that it's like, in that space, Bob, it's so evident.
Yeah, that email was actually it was hysterical.
He was like, I'm going to get you the specs. And we're like, okay, like,
I
Press
thought you were
handles a
say
lot.
like 9.5 driver degree.
In
and-
general, FP will handles a lot of logistics. So this is just another logistic he was gonna handle. And then next thing you know, there's like a 4-page email of like
Yeah.
degrees, and it was impressive.
I sent it, and I looked at it right before I sent it, and I was like, this could be looked at two different ways. This could be looked at as like the nerve on this guy to be asking for all of these specific things. But in my mind, it was like, I just want to give this, I want it like, they know exactly, there's no guessing. There's them no like wondering, like, should I do this? What do they want? Like, they didn't tell, just like, here's a checklist, just walk through, pick it up, and you're done. And I was picking stuff that was stock. You know, it's not like I was like, oh, I need the Acra. Like,
I think that they had to look
The
at
one
that,
putter
though.
I wanted, Prez, like, we're not going for that putter.
That's the one. That's the one I really wanted to talk to you guys on, because like I can tell you what clubs you should hit, and like you're going to hit what I give you. But a putter is a very personal
and
piece
the
of
Odyssey,
equipment.
the Odyssey putters are amazing.
They're awesome.
and that's Callaway. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
gonna.
Yep.
We might shave some putting strokes. By the way, you're a good lag putter. Did you know that?
Lag
I've
putter?
noticed from behind the camera.
Him? Thanks, Chad.
He's
Lag putting?
He's a good
Yeah, his speed's
lag
great.
putter. He's got. If you
His
have a
speed's
40-foot
good.
putt that you need to get to 3 feet and then miss,
Yeah.
Cutsy's your guy.
That's your guy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was a backhanded
Well,
compliment
it's
if
a
I've ever
joke.
received
You
one, but
get
he's
what I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah, I
that was
mean,
a true-
I said I was talking to somebody downstairs, one of the Callaway reps. Forget his name. I'm sorry, but he was talking to me. He's like, you know, your game is similar to mine. Like, I was like, yeah. Well, I was like, you know, if I was really smart, I would just spend like 3 days a week, just work 3-4 days a
Correct.
week working on putting, because I think it would help our group immensely, especially the fact that I putt first, and I'm so often just blow it by the hole, or the short putts don't give you guys a chance.
Yeah.
So like the putting with this, I'm taking it very seriously. There's a drone going off there.
FP, are you double dipping right now?
That ain't me, dog. That's a nice drone, though.
But the putters, I think with
FPV.
this new Odyssey putter, I'm really going to take it seriously. This part of my game, I think I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
That's a message to all golfers, by the way. Spend time on putting,
yeah.
for the love of God.
You're good at putting. Bob is a prime example. Even if he plays a terrible round of golf when we're filming, he will make at least one or two massive
Bob
putts
is-
throughout
yeah.
the round, and it's like all is forgiven because you have made a massive
Bob
putt.
is a clutch putter.
Yeah, he is.
When you need
And
like
he'll
a
make the big
6-footer,
boy putts.
Bob's a clutch putter.
Appreciate that,
I'll give
Jet.
you that. You are.
Spraying out
Jet,
some-
you're full.
I'm saying I
of
see all the
compliments
shots.
today.
Yes.
I'm saying
New
I
year,
see all
new
the
Jet.
shots that are taken.
You know,
and-
it was, no, I like, you know,
I like this.
Listen, we're Callaway athletes now. We gotta, have a little.
This is true. Does that
2023.
sound weird to say?
A little bit. I mean, I'm a Callaway cameraman at this point. But,
That is.
also, did you guys see Manny Machado downstairs? Just
Yeah.
like
That's a
strolling
cool
through.
one. That's a
Yeah.
yeah, that was really cool. He's got some swag to him.
He does
too.
have some
Did you get
swag.
a look at Machado?
Yeah, that baseball guys don't. I don't get. I get more
Yeah.
excited about football guys. I saw Larry Fitzgerald's apparently here.
You didn't see Patrick Kane downstairs?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, he wasn't there, but he's a hockey guy.
I love Patrick Kane.
I thought he was gonna. I thought,
I thought you were like,
Are the
I
Stahl-
was trying to think
are
of the
the
most
Stahl
random.
brothers here?
Exactly, I was trying to think of a random hockey guy. Patrick Kane's the only one that could
Callaway
come to my
was
mind.
showing us there, and as you could probably see right now, we're at Top Golf right now, and Callaway was rolling out, the brand new, the Paradigm driver and whatnot, and they're rolling it out, this brand new driver, and we're in the middle of it, and like they're rolling it out, and Joe's on his phone, and he's on Rick Shields' Instagram, and he
Yeah.
holds up his Instagram,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Bob, he's already swinging the damn
Yeah.
driver."
I said to Bob, I was like, what you have to realize is that Paradigm spelled backwards is actually Rick Shields.
Rick
Yeah, that's a good
Shields.
point.
I think Rick Shields knew
That's a
about
good
the
point.
paradigm
Rick
before Callaway
Shields
did.
has, in all intents and purposes, reinvented the Paradigm driver.
Yeah,
Should we bring in our first guest?
I think
do it.
I think it's time now. And again, big shout out Callaway. This is awesome for us. It really takes things to a next level. And speaking of taking things to a next level, I mean,
Yeah.
special gifts. 2022.
21.
He's got the belt. He's got
21.
the belt. Take the belt.
22. What was this
22,
year?
22.
This guy.
It's 23 now.
Get a
22
two.
last time. Yeah.
2022, and he has brought that belt once again.
wow.
Martin Borg, my
Take a
ladies
seat.
and gentlemen, put
Look at
your
him.
hands
Oh,
together.
yeah.
This guy.
How come you don't have drinks? I mean,
I have one
I
here.
know.
I have a beer. In honor
What's
of
that? Is that just a strong
What do you drink?
double
Do we
Coke
have-
and
this a Cuba Libre.
Good for
does that have Jaeger in it?
No, Cuba Libre is
Gotta
rum.
mic it.
Non-alcoholic version of it, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say if that's
and it-
alcoholic, that is you
It
are in
doesn't
for
even
a
have sugar.
Night.
It's like a zero version.
I don't
of it,
believe
so
you.
what?
That's
You
gotta
don't
have sugar
wanna
in
have
it.
a try?
I'll try some.
There you go.
Oh, look at
There
that.
you
Is
go.
that a Diet Coke or is that a Coke Zero?
Salty.
Now, Martin, I gotta ask you because when we were in Dallas and you guys were all playing, you, Bryson, the whole crew, I ended up getting COVID, which sucked because I was really looking forward to that trip the day before. So we haven't got to meet. It's a pleasure. What did you think of the guys? Like when you went into that trip, did you know what you were getting? Like with the crew?
No, and I was actually, I mean, honestly, because I know you're a bunch of guys that love to have fun on the golf course, right? And that's it, but I didn't know anything about your game. And I was actually impressed. I didn't expect that. I mean, especially you, Perez.
Oh, there it is.
I mean,
No, he's right.
That's
those
nice.
irons,
He's
right?
right.
You were making those putts. You were Euro stepping the shit
Yeah,
out
he
of it.
was.
It was
Perez
actually,
came out of
it was
nowhere.
impressive. So that's what I kept in mind.
There was a point where Bryson said something like, you guys, you might not need to quit your day job to president. He looked at me and it's like, well, you could. And I was like, okay, thanks, Bryson. But the fact of the matter is even without you, Bob, there, we had a blast. We had a great time.
Yeah.
We were able to go out there and just, I was talking about it earlier. It is one of the most humanizing, like demoralizing things to go on the tee box after Bryson and Martin hit. And it's like we're on a dog leg right, and it's like Bryson looks like into the middle of the forest, and he's like, that's the green. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a suburb over
Yeah.
there.
That's
and then
someone's
these guys
front
just
yard.
blast drives, and they're like, yeah, that should be on the green. And then he follows up, he's like, and they're like 6 to 10 feet for eagle.
Yeah.
And then I pipe one down the middle. I'm like, yeah, I'm still 250 yards
Thank
away.
God I wasn't there.
Like,
Maybe it was good I got COVID.
Oh yeah, it might have been.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's
Humbling.
pretty unbelievable. And I will say this, Martin, is like I really respect because the amount that you put in to your craft is it's pretty incredible how hard you work at what you do. And when we watched you win, we were just
Yeah,
so
it was
thrilled.
super dope.
I saw you with the belt and you're just fucking running around like a kid in a candy store. It was so awesome, and we're so happy for you. And it was so well deserved, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been. Look, when I look back at my career, I started playing golf when I was 9, and I was always like, that was like the Tiger Woods era, and I want to become a golf professional, right? Like all you guys probably do at some point in your lives when you play golf, right? But I failed miserably. I was a 3 handicap when I was 14, which was pretty good back in the day.
good. Damn
but
good.
then, I mean, I had my first girlfriend, and like, I mean, especially out in Germany, golf is not the most sexy thing you can do, right?
Yeah, it's not. That's
So
true.
things change a little bit, but then like Long Drive gave me a second chance, also to get a club deal. I mean, hello.
It helps.
I mean,
yeah.
We are.
What? How?
Birds of a feather.
How are the 5 of us sitting around here with a club deal?
How is that possible? Exactly. And I mean, we're also fortunate to have all these sponsorships and all that stuff because we showcase what golf can be as well,
Yes.
right? It's not only tour golf.
Yep.
There's so many different avenues you can go. Long Drive is one. YouTube golf in a very different way is one. And I personally, honestly, I absolutely hate to play competitive golf.
You do.
I
huh?
hate it.
Yeah.
I haven't played a competitive round of golf in 10 years, I would think.
Are you talking
Yeah.
like a tournament
Like a-
or?
like an actual
okay.
Like cut
tournament,
out, yeah.
So when you're actually playing for a score,
I
and you
gotcha.
gotta keep your shit together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And score for a team or yourself or whatever it might be.
Sure.
I absolutely hate it. It takes way too long. It's way too much pressure. It's absolutely no fun whatsoever to me. For others, it might be. And Long Drive is, to me, at least, it's the opposite because I have fun with every single shot that I hit. It's quick. It's over quickly, right? And you got a result. And I just don't want to spend 4 hours under pressure, right? That's my point of view.
When did Long Drive, obviously it's been a thing for a bit, but when did it really pick up to where you could start competing in it and where you were actually like, okay, this is something that I can do full time?
Yeah, so a breaking point for me was 2016 when Joe Miller, I don't know if you know that guy, the bald guy, some guy from the UK, he was the World Long Drive Champion in 2016. And for Europe, that was a big deal because over there, more people actually got introduced to Long Drive, just like
Okay.
myself. And he had like an outing probably in 2017 with the German Long Drive Championship, which was like the first tournament that came to Germany. And I just competed in it for fun, did pretty well, came second, and beat a bunch of pros. And they were like, Martin, you got to take this seriously. And then I did, right? And from there, I actually did. I was so into it. I looked at every single video out on YouTube. There wasn't many. Now there's way more, right? But looked into all the equipment stuff and just practice every day to get something done. And I never, at that point, I didn't realize where it could take me. I didn't know that I could at some point do this for a living. That became a thing in maybe 2018 when I won my first couple like European tournaments. But at these European tournaments, guys, when I won one of those, right, there were like 20 guys competing. I won like $2.5 grand. Something like that. I mean, winning a tournament. You don't win every single one of those, right? So a whole season, that full season, I won like 5 tournaments or so, and in total I made like 17 grand or something over a season. I mean, you can't make a living.
Not exactly.
And then people just don't care. Like, I mean, club manufacturers didn't really care about the European tour back in the days.
Sure.
And then getting to this point that I sit here with you guys after we filmed the video together is freaking ridiculous to me.
I think that thing's worth $2 grand itself.
I mean, that's $2 grand heavy. I mean, heavy tried. I mean, like it's
about
actually heavy.
$3 grand.
Yeah.
It's actually heavy.
Yeah, that is. Holy shit.
Yeah. gotta be strong. To
That
actually
can't be
lift it
easy
up.
even carrying around all the time, too. It just got some
Like honestly, the next day, like I wore it all day. Like the next day, I wore it all day when I
Your
won
lower
it.
backs. Just, you go out for a dinner reservation, just wearing it around your waist. Reservation for 2, please. And
It's like the Stanley
and I'll
Cup.
take a-
Joey, I
Belly buttons
did.
chafing.
I did.
I'll take a high chair for the belt, please.
Like when I woke up the next day, my hip flexors were so sore. Like, holy shit.
When are you? When
Your
are you?
hips, dog.
When are you going to defend your title?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, that checks out. That timeline checks out.
Next year. Yeah,
It's actually planning on 2026.
This year.
Probably 12
He's
months
gonna hold
after
on
we
to the
won. I
trophy
would
for a
think.
while. World Cup.
Yeah, it's once every
That
4
checks
years.
out.
Every 4 years.
It is cool to see because like the long drive, like being a golf guy, you'd see it on Golf Channel every once in a while. Like the big championship would always be on Golf Channel, but maybe something like 4 or 5 years ago, right? And you had the manufacturers that were almost like fully long drive, like clubs, like club heads and stuff that weren't even legal to play like real golf. And it's cool to see like a Callaway get behind like long drive and the long drive events, get behind you.
Yeah.
Like that's a big shift probably in the last handful of years to have the big boys of golf kind of get involved in this stuff and take it to the next level, I'm sure, a little bit.
You know what, like, surprised me the most about this whole thing is that a lot more tour players respect what we do.
That's great.
It's very interesting how
Bryson's
that
probably
came
helped
about.
with that, too.
He's been a big factor
Sure.
to that because he actually like filled that gap between the tour and between the tours and actually made that speed playable.
Sure.
100%. But also, you said like with like illegal clubs and stuff, that's not the case anymore. We're playing conforming clubs. You could play my club out on course if you
Okay.
wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it.
That's not always been the case though,
Why? 'Cause
right?
you
Do
Exactly. Back in the days, it was like 55-inch shafts and like all that crap. Yeah.
you get
100%.
random drug tests?
I hope we do at some point. That was
Oh.
supposed to be introduced in 2020, and then COVID killed the season. And now for
Think
this
guys are
year,
juicing?
for this year, there might be some bigger stuff coming. The PGA Show might be a big date for us to actually showcase what's going to happen this season. And I hope that that's coming along with doping tests as well.
You're all going to go to the tee box. You're all going to piss in a cup. And then you'll see.
You need 90
Let's call
milliliters.
some guys out. Let's call some guys out right now. Who's juicing?
Yeah.
I heard Barry Bonds is getting into the game. I heard he's getting into the game.
Yeah. Sosa's driving at 400.
Look, FP, let me tell you this, right? I show you a picture of like the top 16 this year. And then you tell me, okay? Okay. So I show you a picture of the top 16 this year, and then you tell me.
You know, I have less issue with their steroid use than I do the size shirts that they wear. That's where I really have
what
an
about
issue.
shorts?
Shorts. Well, you're on the forefront, the frontier of wearing what's essentially
hovering the
you're wearing
line
sliding
here,
shorts
yeah.
out
wearing
there.
some
It's
short
not your
shorts right
fault.
now.
I mean, look, if you wore my shorts, they'd be tight
We'll
too.
have a YouTube looking at his crotch right now. That's the guy with his balls hanging out on the golf here.
They call him the fat
Oh
bone.
man.
But did you know though that my shorts are exactly the same size as Bryce's?
I remember you said that when we were filming. Yeah.
I didn't know how that was
Exactly the
possible.
same
Yeah.
size.
Just sunning
34.
them.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
It's a
This guy
34.
looked like he was ripping. It was like Thor of Ankwalk,
Yeah.
like with the calves just.
This guy can't wear chino shorts, so he rips them.
No,
Mark,
some
you know what you look like? I just got to get it off my chest.
Yes.
and I don't know if you know him or not, a German version of Travis Kelce.
Oh,
I can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You probably
that's
could play-
a good
That's a
thing.
compliment.
Is that a good thing?
That's a
That's a good
compliment.
thing.
Yeah. You could
Guy
probably play
cleans up.
tight end. You could probably
I'll
run over the
Google that
middle.
guy first thing I do when I get off this mic.
Yeah,
First thing
Travis
I
Kelce,
do.
yeah.
Send him a DM. Be like,
By the way,
hey,
multiple time
can
Super
I ask
Bowl
you out for
winner.
a date?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
One
go.
day.
I have
One
to
day.
ask you a question though.
Yeah.
When we played, Bob, you weren't there. He had a driver and a 9-iron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
hoping with Callaway now that you're going to get some wedges.
We kept breaking him.
Yeah, he broke
said.
his club.
He
He's
didn't
breaking.
have.
It's
He
his
had,
fault.
he had a driver
Are you
and a
serious?
9-iron and a 7-iron, right? What did you have? You had
A
like
6
three
iron.
clubs.
A
He had
6,
nine,
a 6, a 9, and a
6 and a
driver.
driver.
You know, Martin, I'm happy I wasn't there because I would have been.
He was hitting
so
Bob
much,
his 9-iron.
I would have stood
He was
no
hitting his
chance.
9-iron 250.
I want to know.
And honestly,
being
I think some of these guys, these long drive guys, are just one-trick ponies where they just hit the shit out of the ball, but you get them on the golf course. This guy's got game.
Yeah,
Like, you have
yeah.
a legitimate good golf swing that translates, like, you're flighting the ball. I mean, the fact that you can play a round of golf with 4 clubs is a testament to, like, being able to, like, work the ball, choke
You
down,
broke it every wedge
hold some
you had.
things off. I mean, I think there's some guys that are just bullies out there. You know what I mean?
The hard part to golf actually. So why so very few people make it from professional long drive to golf is at some point you hit your sand wedge 160 yards.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And now hit it 78 or 62 or 128. And the problem is when that's all the same club, it's very tough to find
Yeah.
the right distance. And the problem is a lot of golf is those distances.
Yeah.
So yeah, at some point when you specialize that much, it's getting even harder to
But
play golf.
your Instagram, you've been posting some videos. You put one up, I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, of you in the sand bunker. And you had a beautiful shot out. Like, I like that
he's
you're
got
doing
game,
that.
dog.
Yeah, he's
Actually,
got game.
I mean, the stuff around the greens and so on, all that's field based, right? From back in the days, I wasn't that bad at it. It was all right, right? That was not the reason why I didn't make it as pro. It was more the stuff like, well, always find the fairway, right? then don't hit it over the green from like 200 yards and all of that stuff, right?
Do you ever just go to like a random, like a municipal course and just like show up and then just start pounding drives
Yeah.
to where like people gotta be like,
That'd be a
I
pretty
was gonna
funny
say,
if
yeah,
you
like-
haven't, you
Be
should.
alright. No,
but even
Show
at,
up,
like-
just hit normal shots and then just start like
Yeah.
ramping it up, and people are gonna be
even
like,
at here at like
that's a good idea.
yeah, like
we're
the
at
first
Top
9
Golf.
holes, you're
Yeah.
just like peppering
Or just
it
on the
out there.
range.
Yeah. and
How
then-
many? I was gonna say, how many driving ranges have you just been kicked out of for like launching over the net?
Yeah, in the very beginning, it's been quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then in the meanwhile, when you do this for a living, you try to make it work, right? You need a place to practice,
That
and
makes
you
sense.
actually so you can't afford to go somewhere and be kicked out.
He's
after
no
10
longer
shots,
allowed in
right?
Berlin. It's,
I'm sitting here right now.
Half of
If
Germany.
you were to like hit a drive right now,
Yeah.
we're clearing the net and onto.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%.
I
he
mean,
needs to practice at an airport.
I don't want to put you on the spot by any means, Martin.
Yeah.
Can we? I mean, can we let one fly here for the pod?
He's
Is that-
gonna break,
Like,
he's
do it
gonna
right
break
now.
one of these.
Would you
I
hit
mean,
one?
I could do it right now.
With the belt?
Absolutely. Let's do it right now.
Wait, Mark,
no problem.
do it with the belt on.
I have never seen somebody jump up. This is
Oh,
terrible.
Here we go.
Tell you
Get in there, Tick. Get in there, Tick.
This guy.
This guy.
I like this board buyer.
He's the best. He's the best.
Oh, yeah, you want energy, Bob.
Ball's not popping out.
In the cups over there. Throw it over.
Oh my God,
Tick, are you? Tick, is this okay to do it? Yeah.
dude, it's gonna come
Now,
off low.
is it going to show how far he hits it?
Yeah, sure.
You set it up?
And
Oh
it
no!
Oh, I can't
By the way,
wait.
this thing's not a stiff flex.
It's
Be
the-
careful. Be careful, dude. Be careful with that thing.
He
think
just
he'll
grabbed
snap it?
one out of the demo bag.
It'll snap.
Dude, he's gonna send this into space. It's gonna go so high. Oh my God! It just goes straight down
went
right
to
here.
the moon,
dude,
Bob.
you're double. Oh wow, dude.
Over the fence.
I gotta admit, by the way, that was pretty good.
That was smoked. That was dead straight, dog. You should think about putting that in the downwind days. When's the last time you hit a 10.5 stiff flex driver at 44 inches?
Probably. Actually, that's a good question. Probably when I was like
Left the head cover and
13.
went straight over.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was wild.
That was.
That was fun, though.
Also, the pop time from the couch to the stall.
Yeah,
there.
that guy's got a lot of energy.
You were the balls with
Yeah.
finding the balls in the cup.
That's actually
driver over there.
That's pre-workout and Coke Zero that he's been drinking out here. I'm pretty jacked up after taking that sip.
That was unbelievable.
Celsius
Yeah,
is
where did
on the
that
call
go?
there, ready to sponsor you.
Where did it go?
Oh, there it is.
That was unbelievable.
Paradigm.
I'll let you. If you boys have anything, I just had one more thing that I wanted to ask Martin, and then we'll let you go.
Sure.
How did you and Bryson end up linking? Because obviously you guys trained together and whatnot, which is cool to see. How did you guys end up
How it
linking
started?
up? Yeah.
It was during COVID when Bryson started his speed journey. And he was like, so what am I going to do? Okay, let's reinvent everything, right?
Yeah.
That's how he operates. It's super interesting. And he started following a bunch of long drivers and also started following me all of a sudden. And I had like maybe 6,000 followers at that point in time, right? It was ridiculous. Bryson DeChambeau is following you. And I saw that, and the same day he responded to my story. Because I still remember, I hit a 3-wood 205 ball speed. And
Casual.
It was just like,
Gracious, dude.
yeah, but it was like long drive training, and I was like just documenting whatever I did during that time because it was COVID and there was nothing to do, and he responded to it was like, "Holy smokes!" And I was like, "My God, what is going on
What do I say?
today?"
What do I say?
Right. So first that guy is following me, and now he's reaching out, and then we started a conversation, and at some point then we exchanged numbers, WhatsApp, and like all that stuff because he uses an Android.
He's
green
He's
text?
an Android
text?
guy.
Green
Yeah,
text?
yeah,
You got it.
he's an Android guy. Yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
overseas,
You're
all we do
airing
is
it out.
Hey, it's against the grain.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, I use WhatsApp in Canada too.
What's that?
WhatsApp is a big deal overseas.
Were you in
and-
Germany at this point?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I just founded my golf cave, which was basically an old office that I set up a simulator in. So I could actually practice because the problem with the driving ranges
Yeah.
was real.
Yeah.
Right? And then we went back and forth a lot, just exchanged ideas about training principles and all that. And that's how, that relationship started. And then when I went to the US for the first time, because your borders were shut for a long time,
Yeah.
right? For
Yeah.
1.5 years. And as soon as I could get over, I did it and posted like a story of the American flag or whatever when I made it here. And he was like, come over to Dallas. And between tournaments, I had a little gap of a couple days, went to Dallas, and then, everything started. We just got along very well, and it was a very natural way of how all of that came about. And that
He's
was
like,
pretty
you're
cool.
not going anywhere, dude. You're staying right here, and you're going to help me with this thing. And you're like, yeah, sure.
Crazy, man.
That's how it
So
was.
when you go back home, I know you were back home for the holidays, I think, or recently. You
Hey,
were
I'm
back
going
in
back
Germany.
tomorrow.
Oh, you're going
No.
back.
Oh, so stupid. I came here yesterday, actually this morning, and I'm going back tomorrow.
It's, it's further here than it is
How
Dallas.
crazy is that? Yeah.
No, he's going back
Yeah.
to Germany.
Germany.
I know. I'm saying it's further from here than it is from Dallas.
Oh yeah.
That's math.
Your clock's got.
But my
That's
my,
crazy.
my,
your
my,
clock's
my
all-
question is like when you go back and like now your family and your friends and stuff, is this surreal for them to see that you're like doing what you wanted to do and like how like successful you've been in, or did they anticipate that like the whole time?
Well, now during the Christmas time, I was back home in my hometown, and I met a lot of people that I didn't see for years, and they were like, "So ridiculous what you did," and a lot of them are not interested in golf whatsoever, but now they're following it, which is crazy too. It's
Sure.
pretty cool. And I mean, they're still my people, right? Nothing changed, but they look at it from like, holy shit, what are you actually doing out
Yeah.
there? And then, I mean, sometimes I gotta look at it the same way, honestly.
Yeah.
But most of my guys, my inner circle, they've been around all the time, and they're a part of the journey, basically. So they're not approaching me every day and are like, hey, it's more like, what the fuck that you did there? What this and then so on and so forth, right? Because they're a part of it. But it's like from that outside perspective, it's crazy to see.
It's awesome, man. Well, again, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys.
It was awesome, and
Well,
then hopefully we could end.
We got to
up
do something
running
again
and filming.
with Bob this time. You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
It'll be
would
so
love that.
fun.
I mean, I'll be over a lot. Happy to do whatever with you guys. I appreciate being on the
awesome.
pod.
And
Thanks.
of course, big shout out to Callaway. We're fired up to get the ball running here. Big day for the boys. Big day for all of you that have supported us from the start here. Really, really terrific. like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you next time. That's another edition, the Bob Does Sports Podcast.